if you look at the reason why we started as a company, it was to create the best milk, period. We didn't try to mimic animal-based milk or anything like that. We just wanted to do, a milk that was better for people and the planet. Now, that's what you see. You look at the population today, 60–70% of all the current users joined plant-based milk only 2 years ago. And we know in the U.S., for instance, last 3 years, 32% reduced their dairy intake or moved away. We know plant-based milk capture around 55–60% of those consumers. 40% of our growth comes from new consumers. Now, the big change that has happened is the conversion. And that is what we are driving. That is why the opportunity is so massive. You look at the $600 billion category, right, in grocery trade. You put food service on top of that. It's just a massive, massive addressable market there for us to take, and which we know that we are driving.
Toni, let me ask you this, though. What percentage of your customers you think are buying this product because they think it's better for the planet versus whether they think it's better for them? And there is a bit of controversy about whether it is better for them.
Well, it is, and we can discuss that. But hey, you know what? The way people approach this space is very, very different. We know for a fact that, you need to deliver on multiple components. Taste is definitely one, right? You need to taste well, and it has to taste really good. It has to be nutritious for you. But the other two parts, and that's those two things that has changed: emotional connection with people and sustainability credentials. Now, all these four items matters to people today, especially Gen Z and millennials, and that's for certain.
Can we talk, though, about, and we've had a big debate every time we talk about Oatly milk. It's a running, I don't know if it's a running joke or what, but we say, is it really milk? So we always say, is this really milk? That's one of the conversations we have. And the other is it really better for us? I know there's been a long-term question about the sugar breakdown in Oatly milk relative to, frankly, Coca-Cola. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. I think we've been living with that discussion for almost 30 years now, but it's the misconception. When you break down the maltose, that's exactly what happens when you take a kernel of oats, you chew it, you swallow it, you digest it. That's exactly what we are replicating with our enzymatic process. So we just do that before you swallow it. And that's the beauty of it, how we just replicate the nature. And then what is the milk? Milk is a liquid food. So you have to provide for the macronutrients that the human body needs. We're one of the very few companies with an official claim in Europe stating that if you drink 3 glasses of oat milk every day, you either maintain or lower your cholesterol. Now, that is scientifically proven and backed up, and that is official claim that is related to Oatly only, So is it a better milk for you? Yes, it is. And that's also part of why we're so successful. But there are the other items. Sustainability really, really matters to people today. But, unless you connect with people, unless you're transparent and honest about what you do, you really, really don't earn their trust, right? So I think we have all those components.
Can you speak, I don't know if Becky's with us, in milk, soy milk, almond milk, Oatly milk versus regular milk, do you think of them all as really milk? We were talking about whether you need to, it comes from cows lactating effectively.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that definition is just stupid, to be honest with you. But no, not all the beverages are milks. And that's the thing. It's pretty confusing to be a consumer today, right? No oat milks are created the same. And there are the differences between the crops. So again, you got to provide with the macronutrients that the fats, the carbs, the proteins, and the dietary fibers that we have, that we know that also that people are lacking in the diet in the Western world. But there's so many items out there that are just beverages, and that's the distinction between us and many of them.